Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna-vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Yenakshara Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Vagarthaviva Samprikto Vagarthav Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Shivarpanamastu. So we're offering this to Lord Shiva today. So happy Shivaratri to all. We'll talk more about Shivaratri in Vedanta class. So we'll talk a little bit more then, but it's such a special day for all, for all, right? But especially Vedanta students, Shiva being the teacher, Shiva being a meditator, Shiva being so many different aspects of Shiva Bhagavan that we look up to. It's also a day of commitment, right? So generally on Shivaratri day, sannyasa diksha is given, right? In Rishikesh and other places. And also mantra diksha is given, right? So you get your mantra on this day. So, today, just thinking about how we can recommit to our goals, whatever they might be. And how do we, strengthen our commitment to this knowledge and all the accessories to this knowledge, such as Sanskrit. So I'm really want to say a lot, but I'm going to stop myself there. We'll talk more in Vedanta class about Shivaratri. So on the screen, well, first we're going to do our Maheshwara Sutra in honor of Lord Shiva as well. So you can chant with me. Om A-I Un Rilik E-Ong I Ouch Hayavarata Lan Nyamagarnanam Jabhanya Ghadadash Jabagadadash Kapachathatha Chatatav Kapai Shashasar Hal Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani. Just pulling back our Nadī-śabdha back onto the screen there. So let's also do, just go through our Nadī-śabdha, because this is going to be helpful today. And we'll also review the first sentence in the homework. That's a good idea. If we have time, we'll also go to mati-śabdha. Mati-śabdha is the next one. So that's my goal for today. And if we have more time, then we'll do Sandhi, but usually we don't get there. So let's see. So let's just chant this Nadī together. every week we have to remember where we left off. So, Nadī, Nadyo, Nadyah, Nadīm, Nadyo, Nadīhi, Nadya, Nadībhyam, Nadībhi, Nadyai, Nadībhyam, Nadībhyah. Fifth case, Nadyaha, Nadībhyam, Nadībhyah. Sixth case, Nadyaha, Nadyoho, Nadīnam. Seventh case, Nadyam, Nadyoho, Nadīshu. He, Nadī, he, Nadyo, he, Nadyah. So again, just remembering what we did. Also Sandhi, right? This we have this shakara becomes murdanya, shakara. We saw that last time as well. It comes when you have in or ku, right? In ku that precedes it. So here we have basically a vowel or semi-vowel or any kavarga. So anything in the ka, right? That section. So here we have a vowel preceding the sha, so then it becomes murdanya shakara, nadīshu. Okay. What we'll do is we're going to go to the back of the book. We're going to look at that exercise. I believe it's exercise 30 on page 181 of the back of your book. We'll do that first sentence before we move on. If anyone else has any other questions, you can let me know in the chat from that homework. Okay, so yeah, so going to that exercise. Exercise number 30, sorry for all the back and forth. So you can look at this first sentence. I don't have it written there, so you're just gonna have to follow along verbally, right? So we always want to pick up with our verb, right? That's the pradhana, that's the main part of the sentence. So we pick up bhavati. Nice. It's always nice when we get something we recognize, right? Bhavati. Bhavati. What is bhavati? Bhudhatu, latlakara, kartri prayoga, pratama purushaha, ekavachanam. So this sort of practice is very good. Like this is, we lose this sort of mental sharpness if we don't keep up that practice. So bhavati, bhudhatu. So this is, something is. What is? So we pick up a first case, right? So there's two first cases here. We see Parvati or Kartri. Parvati or Kartri. So there's two first cases in this sentence. Which one do we pick up? It doesn't matter because it's samanadhikaranam. Okay, what is samanadhikaranam? It's samana. So it's when you have the same. I started speaking in Sanskrit. So when you have the same case, two different words of the same case referring to one and the same object. So technically, there is a place where you could have two words in the first in a same case, but they can refer to two separate objects. Here, that's not the case, right? We saw Parvati is Kartri, or Kartri is Parvati. we know Parvati, so usually we'll start off the sentence. This is a predicate substantive. So Parvati, who is Parvati? It's nice how this is all happening, huh? That we're talking about Parvati today. Parvati. So Parvati Devi is Kartri. Okay. Let's say you have no idea what this means. You know what Karta means, right? It means the doer, the maker, the creator. Now make it feminine. Kartri. So it's the same, creator, doer, whatever. So, but feminine version. Okay. This is upadana karanam. Generally, upadana karanam is generally supposedly feminine, the material cause. But we don't have to take that. That's not, we're not going that deep here. Okay. So Parvati is the creator. Kasya Vishvasya, of Vishva. Okay, what is Vishva? Yeah, all of this is Vishva, the world, the universe, right? So Parvati is the creator of the world or of the universe. Okay, we need Lord Shiva, intelligent cause, and we need Parvati, material cause, to create the universe. Might as well throw some Vedanta masala into our Sanskrit. Okay. Now, right, just let's quickly look at some like Varanasim. Which case is Varanasim with your fingers? Varanasim. 2, 1, right? Ends with that makara. 2, 1. Okay. Number 3. Kashyam. Kashyam is which case? Kashyam. Yeah, it sounds like second case, but not quite. 7th case. Ekavachanam, yeah, 7-1. I can't see everyone, so let me put it on so I can see everyone. There we go. Some cameras are off as well. That's okay.
Nadyam Kashyam.
Yeah, Nadyam Kashyam, exactly. So that's the way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
And we also see Patnya, right? The word Patihi is a bit confusing because it feels like it shouldn't be here. This is Patihi. Right. This is actually masculine, like Nadī-śabdha. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time with this. Does anybody have any questions with numbers 1 through 5? Yeah. Oh, there's a question in the chat. Does Kartri mean a doer or creator? Even if we say doer of the universe is Parvati. But in English, we don't say doer of the universe, right? It's the creator. So it just contextually, we have slightly different flavors of the same word. Just we have to see the context. Okay, so now that we saw this, we're going to actually go to, and we can come back there if we need to. I want to go to mati-śabdha. Now, mati-śabdha is page, let's see, I have it written here, 116, 116 of your book. 116. But what I want you to do is also find Nadī-śabdha on page 103, okay? So one hand on 103 and second hand on 116. If those aren't your page numbers, find Hari and Mati. Okay. Why I'm saying you need Hari and Mati is because Mati is actually a combination of Nadī-śabdha, like Nadī-śabdha, and a combination of like Nadī-śabdha. Okay? It's a combination, a little bit of both. A little bit of Shiva, a little bit of Parvati. We have a little bit of Hari, and we have a little bit of Devi. Okay, so first we need to look at Hari-śabdha to be able to understand this. So let's remember Hari-śabdha. Okay, so if you want to, here's it on the screen as well. Hari-śabdha. Okay, chant with me. Harihi, Hari, Harayaha. Harim, Hari, Harin. Harina, Haribhyam, Haribihi. Fourth case, Haraye, Haribhyam, Haribhyaha. Fifth case, Harehe, Haribhyam, Haribhyaha. Sixth case, Harehe, Haryoho, Harinam. Seventh case, Haro, Haryoho, Harishu. He Hare, He Hari, He Harayaha. This is where all the cobwebs come off out of the brain, right? We do know Hari-śabdha, we spent some time, but we just need to bring it back up into our, get those neurons firing in our brain again. By the way, this is a irrelevant point. I was looking at this article today, thanks to my mom who sent it to me, about this. There's an article about neuroscience as studied, people who study Sanskrit. There's a thing called the Sanskrit effect, where after going through so much memorization or so much practice that you need to do in Sanskrit, your brain really develops more and more neural connections. Your brain grows a lot, keeps your brain sharp. And so they've studied this and they've seen that Sanskrit scholars tend to have more impressive brains, if to put it simply. People really, anyone who studies a foreign language, but Sanskrit has a special nature. Okay, now we're just going to jump back to Mati. Now, look at this note at the bottom. Forms in black are like Nadi. The rest are like Hari. Okay? So you notice how most of it is like Hari, except for these few forms. Okay? So what we're doing is Ikaranta, short E, Strilinga Shabda, feminine. Mati means intellect, like buddhi. Mati means intellect. Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdaha. Mostly like Hari, a little bit of like Nadi. Okay? So I'm going to say each line and you can repeat each line after me. Okay? Matihi, Mati, Matayaha. Matim, Mati. Okay, now this one is like Nadi, Matihi. So again, Matim, Mati, Matihi. Third, 3-1, like Nadi, Matya, Matibhyam, Matibhihi. Fourth case, Matyai or Mataye. Okay, so notice how there's two forms. One is like Nadi, one is like Hari, right? Like Nadyai, or it'd be Haraye. Here it's Matye or Mataye. Which one would you want to use? It doesn't matter. Both can be used. There's no preference for one over the other. Okay, so if you like Hari-śabdha more, use that one. that form. If you like Nadī-śabdha more, remember that one. But remember both, really. Okay, so matye, mataye, mati-bhyam, mati-bhyah. So you want to say both forms? Matyaha, matehe, mati-bhyam, mati-bhyah. Sixth case, matyaha, matehe, matyoho, matinam. Seventh case, matyam or mato, like haro, right? So matyam, mato, matyoho, matishu. He mate, he mati, he matayaha. Okay, does anybody have any questions or with this? We're going to practice this. Don't worry if you have any questions about that.
So the dark represents Nadi,
Mhm.
light represents Hari.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
And if it's helpful, you can also have Hari open on page 103, just to compare the two, if that's helpful, 103. I can even pull this over a bit. Okay, so notice some words that are here, very common words, right? Like what do we see? We see this comes a lot in Bhashyam, in Shankara Bhashyam. So he would say something is anupapatti. This is, your argument is untenable. But drishti, we see very common. One Swamiji has an ashram called Arsha Drishti, the vision or view of the rishis. Bhumi, right? We know that word, earth. Shakti, that power. Ukti, statement. Prakriti, nature. Mukti, freedom. Shanti, peace. Right? So Shanti is ikaranta strilinga shabda. So some people may have page 116, 117 missing in the book. I'm not sure why that's the case, but you can get the PDF online as well. And so that will be there. If you need that link, you can let me know. All these are short ikara, correct. So all these are short. This is ikaranta strilinga. Okay, upapatti, tenable. So notice this. Upapatti is tenable. Anupapatti is not tenable or untenable. Okay. Prapti means to gain something. Yukti, logic or reasoning. Shruti means Veda. Okay. The rest of these we can see next time. But let's pick up one of these words. Let's do, since we're talking about Shiva today, we can do Shakti. We can do Shakti. Okay.
Mahodaya, quick question. So Anu is a upasarga, right? For upapatti.
So it's technically not an upasarga. What happens is, because upasarga comes to a dhatu, right? So this is, what happens is when you want to say na upapatti,
Yeah.
it becomes you either add a before or an un.
Okay.
Un happens when it's a vowel starting word.
Oh, okay. All right. And untenable means.
Sorry, that's not. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Sorry, go ahead.
Untenable means it doesn't hold water, right?
Does not hold water. That's correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Dhanyavad.
Ill, like, does not hold up to logic, etc. Okay, let's pick up Shakti, like I was saying, so we can decline it together. So, Shaktihi, Shakti, Shaktayaha. I'll make it bigger. Shaktim, Shakti, Shaktihi. Shaktya, Shaktibhyam, Shaktibhihi. Two forms, Shaktyai or Shaktaye. Shaktaye. Shaktibhyam, Shaktibhya. Shaktyaha or Shaktehe. Shaktibhyam, Shaktibhya. So say it with me, right? Shaktyaha or Shaktehe. Shaktyoho. Shaktinam. Shaktyam or Shakto. Shaktyoho. Shaktishu. He Shakte. He Shakti. He Shaktayaha. Okay. So the homework would be, just so we know, in the workbook, so on the workbook, my workbook page, it's 89. I don't know if that's the same page for you, but you'll see mati-śabdha. You're going to look for mati-śabdha, and there's 3 or 4 that you can fill in there for homework. If you don't have the workbook, that's not needed. What you do is you just make 3 lines and you make sure you have 21 blocks and you can decline the whole chart. So pick up 3 or 4 words from the below. Okay, just for some practice, we're not going to do, this is not the homework for today, and we're not going to do the sentence, but let's just practice identifying the E ending words and the cases of them. Okay, this is exercise 31, page 182 in the back of the book, or you can just look at the screen, right? It's all there in front of you, 182. Okay. Yeah, if you have a question, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, the question is regarding Nadī-śabdha. When we say iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, does that iti fit this criteria, Srilinga?
So iti is avyaya.
Okay.
Iti does not decline. And that's just how it is.
Okay, no problem. Just I thought of that. That's fine.
Yeah. No, that's good to check. But we don't have any declensions for iti.
Okay.
Okay. So apraptasya praptihi yogaha uchyate. Okay. So which, you see the E ending word? Yeah, the second word, praptihi. Which case is it? This one's easy, right? 1, 1, like harihi. Okay, so let's leave that like that. Okay, sarvaha shrutayaha tat padam vadanti. These sentences have gotten more complicated, so we can do some of these together. Can you tell me in the chat which is the ikaranta word and what is the case? And you can tell me which if you want to say which number the word is, but, or you can tell me the word in the chat and what is the case of that word. It could be
Vadanti 3.
Yep. So we're just finding the E ending word right now.
Oh.
E endings three, ikaranta strilinga shabda is what? Okay, so look, we know vadanti is our verb. Tat padam vadanti. Okay, these are not E ending, we know that. We know this is not, so it has to be by process of elimination, right? Shrutaya. So Shruti-śabdha. Shruti-śabdha. Right? Shrutayaha vadanti. So this is 1, 3, like harayaha. Shrutayaha or harayaha, right? Shrutayaha vadanti. So the Shruti speaks. Sarvaha Shrutayaha, the entire Shruti speaks about Tat Padam. The word Tat in Tattvamasi, right? Okay. We'll just do one more and then we'll wrap up. Yuvatihi tithim anu upavasati. Okay, can you tell me the 2 words that are E ending? Yeah. Great. Yeah. So yuvatihi is definitely one of them. And tithim. Yuvatihi, the girl. Upavasati, we have to just check, but I think it means to fast, like upavasa. The girl fast, anu, along with tithi, the solar calendar, the tithi. I don't know how to translate tithi. We'll have to look at exactly. The planetary position. Okay, we're gonna end there.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the meaning, Mahodaya.
Yeah, so so we're gonna check on that, but the yuvati means girl.
Yeah.
Upavasati, like fasts, like does fasting. Anu, along with the tithi.
Okay.
The soul, the star calendar. Let's see, how does she translate? Lunar day. There we go, lunar day. So used to just using the English that the English becomes foreign. So used to using the Sanskrit. Okay, we're gonna finish up with our prayer. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. We'll take a 5-minute break. You can get a glass of water, come back, and we'll get started with our Vedanta class.